Good morning. This is Unit 1, Portfolio Construction, and the topic is Utility Analysis and Indifference Curve. Utility Analysis. So here it comes under the theory of demand. Utility basically means it's a want satisfying capacity of a good or service. So economists assume the relationship between psychological satisfaction of wealth as utility. Here, an ordinary investor is assumed to receive greater utility from higher returns, and vice versa. That means the investors will get more satisfaction in X plus 1 rupees than X rupees. There are two approaches under this analysis. One is cardinal approach and second one is ordinal approach. Cardinal utility. So in the 19th century, the neoclassical economists like Gaussen, Dupuit and others, they have developed this analysis, and later in the 20th century, Alfred Marshall and Pigou, they have elaborated this utility analysis. So according to this analysis, utility can be measured in cardinal, means definite numbers like 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. So here these can be added or subtracted. In terms of cardinal utility analysis, it is said that one gets 10 units from a cup of tea or 5 units from a cup of coffee worth utility. So that means here a certain number is given to assign or to get every product, every commodity representing the amount of utility associated with it. Next, ordinal utility. So it is first developed by Edgeworth and later explained by Hicks. It implies that customer is not able to assign number that represents the degree of utility associated with it. So that means the consumer here can best compare the satisfaction derived from two different goods or from two different units of the same goods, wherein the comparison will be given as certain ranks or orders like first, second and third, etc. So here one commodity will be compared with another. Based on the comparison, the utility will be measured through by giving ranking or the order which represents the best one. Next, what is an indifference curve? So it is a curve which shows different combinations of two commodities which gives equal satisfaction to the consumer. It means that all the points located on an indifference curve represents the combinations of two commodities by wherein it gives equal satisfaction to the customer. Here, the combination represented by each unit on the indifference curve, it will give or it yields equal satisfaction. So a consumer becomes indifferent in the sense there is no difference about their choice. In other words, we can say that equal importance will be given to all the combinations on a given indifference curve. Economist assumes that the relationship between psychological satisfaction of wealth is utility. So in portfolio construction terms, if we want to say here, two of the factors like wealth and satisfaction, how to have the relationship between them. So that can be given. The relationship can be classified into three relationships. One is linear or constant or neutral relationship. So here it states that per unit change in wealth leads to an equal increase in satisfaction, or change in utility remains the same. That means here the relation between the two items, like that is wealth and satisfaction, it is neutral or it is linear. So I'll just draw the graph here. X-axis and y-axis. Here on the x-axis wealth is given, and on the y-axis it is satisfaction. So here, if the wealth is, if I take it in thousands, $2,000 here, and satisfaction is taken as 10 and 20. So here per unit change in wealth leads to an equal increase in satisfaction also. So that means the wealth and satisfaction goes hand in hand. So that is nothing but here, as the wealth increases, the satisfaction also is getting increased. So this is about linear relationship. That means here you can draw the line which goes like this. So linear means line, straight line. So it should be a straight line. Next, diminishing marginal utility. This utility theory was given by Alfred Marshall, and according to him, the utility will decrease when the additional unit has been consumed. So the satisfaction levels, for the first time what it is, it will not be the same for the later stages. That means it goes on decreasing. So up to the certain level it decreases and becomes zero, and beyond that, if the consumer is consuming those products, then it will go to negative. So I'll show it through a simple example here. Suppose you are hungry and you are taking some bananas. We'll take so we'll take so for the first time you are hungry and you have taken one banana, and that will give the maximum utility for you, because as you are hungry you will feel more satisfied, and that will give you the satisfaction level up to 10. Just this is an assumption. So this is can be measured in cardinally, that is through counting numbers. So your utility here is 10. Then if you are eating the second banana, your utility may decrease to 8. Suppose third banana, you are eating it, you are consuming it, your level of satisfaction will decrease to 7, or will take a difference of 6, difference of 2 units. So here again it will become 4. So here 2. So beyond this if you are going to eat while taking the sixth banana, it will be 0. That means you are not at all satisfied. You are going to vomit it. So that much full your stomach is. And later on this stage also, if you are consuming, then it will go to negative values. So it is negative. So here by this example you can come to know that as the consumption of a product increases, the marginal utility goes on decreasing. So that is a diminishing marginal utility curve. So here I'll draw on a graph. So here if you are taking say same example I have taken 10, 8, 6, 4, 2, 0. So here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So here while consuming the first banana, your satisfaction level is, utility level is 10. While coming to second, it is 8. Same way it goes on decreasing. Clear? So this we can avoid. So here the curve drawn is it goes on decreasing, isn't it? So it goes on decreasing. So this is a diminishing marginal utility. So same way here, each successive increase in wealth adds less satisfaction as the level of wealth rises. So as the level of wealth is going to rise, the satisfaction level will come down according to diminishing marginal utility theory. Next one, increasing marginal utility. So here the additional wealth gives higher level of satisfaction. That is, whenever the level of wealth rises, same way the level of satisfaction also increases. That means here the more satisfaction can be received from additional wealth. So this is increasing marginal utility. So here the curve you are going to get is x-axis and y-axis. Say suppose so I had taken wealth on x-axis and satisfaction on the y-axis. So as the wealth increases, the level of satisfaction also increases. So it goes on increasing like this. So here you are going to get the curve like this. It goes on increasing. As the level of wealth increases, the satisfaction levels also going to increase. So this is about increasing marginal utility.